Suggestion, not a requirement. Oh God, no, he's advertising again. Oh no. Yeah. They already paid me, so you're not too far off. Yeah, I released a bundle of all the more NPCs products 1 through 3, and the bundle sold really fast. The 20, it's like a 20% discount, but it was worth the amount that sold. At least 50, 60 copies sold. Oh yeah. It, yeah. Oh yeah. And if you've already brought one of them, what it does is it discounts the amount you purchased off of it automatically. So if you already own one of the products, then it's only charging you for two in the bundle at that 20%, which makes sense. But it's awesome that Real 20 can recognize and function like. Yeah, I really enjoy Real 20. It's not perfect, but I appreciate what's been provided to us. I'm not with him, Real 20. Keep paying me. Tempted to. When we start the session, we'll resolve whether we What the heck was that? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shoot us over to the intro theme, and then we'll be beginning. Before then, don't go anywhere afterwards. Please let's get a quick roll call. Phoenix, Emerald, Lewis, Judith, Sora. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cue the intro music. I mean the intro. Intro. Jump into tonight's session. All right, thank you for joining me for another session today. Who would like to handle the recap of last session?
Sora's got it today.
I take this.
So this recap is brought to you by the inner thoughts of everyone's favorite monkey girl. If I have discovered one of the lies that we all try to believe in, is that when someone tells you you are safe, they are lying, even if they think they are telling the truth. I am not the best at designated mornings. I enjoy the freedom of waking when my body decides it is time to seize the day. Alas, I was quite literally thrown out of my bed, into my own table. I was even still in my pajamas. It's fuzzy to me, but a white and rather muscular monkey-like creature had broken into my room. It was howling about wanting to fight me, while also shouting over and over that I was unworthy of my family's legacy. I at first thought this was a way of play, but if that were really the case, it was the toughest play I had ever taken part of. I ran at first, but he demanded I fight him. Next thing I knew, I woke up to Lewis shaking me, looking at me with concern. Boy, did that hurt. If that white monkey was just one of the people of my supposed family, I should hope the rest of them don't punch just as hard. I think I almost lost a tooth. Magic was sent out to find him, but this only had us discover that he was beyond fast, already tens of miles away from us by the time someone had even responded. The entire place went under lockdown, and it was there I discovered that you should always let Judith sleep. She can sometimes be scary with how intensely focused she can be on her work, but nothing makes me shake more in my non-existent shoes than a grouchy Judith. But even more interesting was that we discovered that the little girl Sakura was the daughter of the Wind Primo Rama, which only makes us wonder who the mom would be, but we should not pry so quick on someone. Despite my situation, I can't help but feel worry for Amrut. I know I worried him when I told the mouther ape about him, but he isn't after anyone else other than me. Unbeknownst to Sora, Amrut would be finding his past catching up with him now, as his powers begin to manifest in blood just down the hall from her. Her arson-loving friend teleporting into Judith's room, leaving blood that only he would know behind. We were asked if we would wish to carry on with our mission in the morning. But with the recent beating, I can't help but feel enthusiastic, so with the third year joining us, we would venture to Lake Lamia, where a darkness has settled within, not of mouther make. We arrived to see a festering wound settled into the environment. We would venture forward, initially attempting to enter the cave where the dark aura spewed forth, only to find ourselves within a dark dimension, detached from our bodies save for our eyes. and for some reason my hair. We found ghosts of the departed, pointing and crying where the threat of ends would appear. Two-headed ogre-like creatures who only shouted one sentence over and over. Meet for the burial, brother. They were powerful creatures. It took my entire radiant beam to destroy even one aura of theirs. By the time we even began to hurt it, another began to form, and another. So the answer had to be back within the dark dimension. Judith ventured in and was first to discover it. Each stone represented 3 runes: earth, wind, and water. I was quickly grabbed to be presented for wind, and Amrut would hurry into the mark for water. But it would be Phoenix, with their main rune of darkness being counted for all within this world. Before the darkness receded and the beacons lit, we saw, in place where Lewis stood in the real world, stood a small skeletal dark creature resembling a dragon. The shadow that may lie within. But as the runes were lit, they were shunted back, where with quick healing and a quick potion, they had succeeded the first part of their mission, with no casualties. The party would make camp for the night, where Amrut would venture towards the cave and his power would surge again, making him teleport in blood. His power is growing stronger. And it is where I decided I should take a moment and remember the teachings of Suru, go to the wind rune and open myself to the world. All that is happening is overwhelming me, and I must find my inner peace. But she would find someone waiting for her once she did.
Very much. You can throw your D3.
I'm not gonna lie, that voice change for Meet for the Burial brother got me. That's so good.
You're in 3, just I like this normal trend set Judith and you now. For other recaps. Yeah, you see something. So I need everyone besides Sora to give me a survival check. Sora, promise is not the intention, but it is what we've been brought to. We're starting with you. Sora, you feel yourself like you're in a different realm, distant. You'd already traversed into the shadows before, sure. That strange anomaly that was happening in the cave entrance. This is different. Around you can hear waves and statue of a beautiful lady stands before you. But just beyond it, your master. You finally arrived. Here you go.
Sora would stand and look all around her with a big and wondrous smile on her face before realizing Zuru's there. She can't help it, so she immediately bolts for him and wants to just go into a launching hug.
Oh, Sora, it's good to see you.
Master, I've been looking for so long. Are you okay?
Yes, better now that you're here.
I've been looking for 8 months. Where have you been?
A little bit of everywhere, I imagine.
Things have gotten so complicated, Master. I finally learned what the markings say, and if anything, it's only generated so many more questions than answers.
Mocking best. Curious. I'm tracking down Hyperion. As you know, we live on the back of a great portal. And every day, without his children, he stirs restless. We must return Hyperion. but I didn't want to pull you away from the opportunity provided by the school. I knew that if I asked you, you would have came with me.
I see. Have you had any luck finding him?
I have, but finding him and not a simple question. You see, I found where he really is, and we're standing on his back as we speak. Hyperion. His soul, his real nature, trapped within the Mouther Hyperion.
No. Alright. Is there a way we can free his soul from the Mouther?
That is what I'm here trying to figure out. He walks over to this little well of the turtle. Constant conflict stirs within him, but with peace of heart and mind, perhaps what happened can be undone.
I wish. She gets this kind of distant expression looking on into the environment. I really would like to help you. Really would want to, but there's so many things happening here, Suru. I have... Some creature is hunting me, and some shadow is infesting my friend. Bad people looking to hurt another. And now, recently, a white monkey came into my room in the middle of the night and beat me senseless.
White monkey?
Yeah, I think he was really muscular and kept shouting, "I am not worthy. I am not worthy."
No doubt it was Dondo.
Dond who?
Dondo.
So is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Who is he to me?
I feel as though you already know. Go to the well and looks in it, and he like pokes you on the head with his staff.
She would walk closer and look into it herself.
And when you look into the well, you see a turtle, Master Suru. He was a fair bit younger back then. You were a baby. And then you also see what appears to be some type of ape fauna, type of monkey fauna. And he has a baby in his hand. And someone's telling them, "You must preserve these two. Last of my line. Just in case one of you are compromised, you mustn't do so together." And then it begins to fade with them acknowledging each other and walking in different directions. One of those babies would grow up to be you.
So, she can't help but get a small smile, even though there's a bit of somberness to it. He is the last of my family. My only family.
Nods. Surely you must have felt some kind of connection.
When his staff connected with my face, yes. But no. I wanted to play when I saw him. He wasn't so interested in the moment, but I felt for a moment before things got out of hand, happy. Almost ecstatic for meeting a stranger I'd never seen before, but there was something more to it.
People say that us monks are old and wise and know everything about the world and its inner working. They're right, you know. But the truth is, Dondo is likely trained to be a warrior since birth. I let you be a kid first, before I started your training. Maybe it was a flaw on my end, not taking you from the moment you could walk to battle. It sounds like Dondo has been hardened over the years. You've kept that spirit, the type of spirit people need in this world. Something to look forward to.
Maybe something that Dondo needs as well.
Perhaps. but I cannot speak for him, nor you. What happens next? Any person's guess. This is goodbye, Sora, until we meet again.
Thank you, Suru. I hope to see you soon, and I will be worthy. You did not make a mistake.
And he looks at you and he goes, it seems like Hyperion's heart darkens. The same darkness you face now, the same darkness you face in that cave, tainted Hyperion. Careful, or else this is the end result. He taps his staff on the floor.
She looks around and just sees the sheer difference in the landscape and what's happened, and she can't help but just get a determined stare. When things settle, we will find the answer together, Suru.
You're the future, sir. The turtle people, monkey folk of all the people. I come. I'm sure whatever journey you take will be successful. Not to mention, like your adopted father. So I'm proud of you is what I wish to say.
You will always be my father, in my eyes.
Sweet of you. And he beats his staff on the floor. Oh, friends, mate.
Until next time, Suru.
Till next time. All right, and while you're in your meditated state, what are the rest of you doing? And let's tally up this survival check. Hold on, Vada owes you guys a survival. Vada. These totals. Okay, each of you are worth 10 as usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 72 is more than enough. You guys are going to be able to get a long rest with no complications. Use your hit dice, gain whatever resources you need, and reduce your exhaustion.
Heck yeah.
Is this what we do as opposed to watches in these games?
Well, we do both. If we would have failed,
okay.
then we would have determined who we failed on.
During whatever watch Phoenix insisted her and Jenkins would do, Phoenix will whisper to Jenkins, protect them, and she will go off into the cave.
Okay. Into the cave of the corrupted one, or just exploring locally?
The cave up above where we had to go in became like part of the
Okay.
shadow dimension or whatever.
So you would travel into the cave, and when you get into there, the entrance is really short. You would immediately see a vast expanse, even though before you only saw darkness and a distance beyond what you could normally see. Now, immediately, you're literally met with the inner structure of the cave. The water running, sounds like a waterfall might be inside, or some type of dripple. But you also feel as though danger lurks here. How deep do you go? The corruption is still brewing.
She has an obsession with the shadow rune and this entering a like shadow dimension, and that she was able to fulfill an earth spot. Like, she's just gotta seek this out. She's going to go as far as she can until she discovers something. She will try to be quiet if she does have some dark vision. if she spots like a giant shadowy figure or something, she's not going to run. She's going to try to get closer and see what it is. She's looking for like markings on the cave walls or maybe the floor. She's just really drawn thinking like this is a source of power for the Shadow Rune and just trying to figure something out, like what makes this place so special.
So give me a so first investigation or perception, just so you know how well you're watching your surroundings. Either of those. You see that the water is nearest by. In fact, there are lots of network ways. You can go left to the right. In front of you, there's also these wind rune symbols embedded in the ground that are emitting a soft light. But in the water, as you said about the darkness, something stirs around. It looks like as though it's watching you. As you can see a shadow cast over it. Follows you, but doesn't enter the land you're currently standing on.
She would go towards the water.
When you get close to the water, you can feel your shadow rune being, your essence, start to like shake your body. Whatever this is, it's powerful. It's giving off the energy of a Mouther.
Can she pull away just enough? Because the Mouther energies made her vomit before, so she will pull away just enough, but she wants to sit in the presence for a little while.
Sure. You withdraw a little bit. It doesn't attack. It sits on the edge of the water. You think that going into the water may trigger whatever it's trying to defend. But since it's so weak, it might be a Darkling. But they have a similar signature. And you've faced the Darkling before. Of course, you've also faced. But as you sit on the edge of the water, you see the shadow swim away. Then you would get a little more calmness. I'd imagine Mouther by itself would be pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
It swims away. As for the air runes, you feel, being a rune warrior as opposed to an air rune user, that these sigils here are meant to help you get around this cave. Perhaps avoid going into the water. So the answers you seek are probably beneath the waves, fortunately.
She will go walk onto one of the sigils that is glowing, the wind rune things.
You immediately shot 30 feet into the sky, and you have a feeling that wherever you choose to land within 30 feet of that sigil, you'll do so safely.
Is it within 30 feet of the water?
It is. But there's also 30 feet of other lands and rocks and stones that are above the water.
Number one, she's thankful she didn't hit her head on anything. Yeah, she wants to land in the water.
You land in the water, and it was super fun because it gently descends you kind of like feather fall. But the moment you land in the water, that shadow is darting in your direction. It's about a good 60, 70 feet away.
She look around her real quick, see if she can see a glimmer or anything that it might be protecting.
You can give me a perception, but a disadvantage because you are relying on dark vision right now.
Yeah.
And the water is dark. You don't see anything. Now it's 30 feet away from you.
She's underwater, so she can't talk to it, huh?
Not necessarily. I mean, if you could swim to the surface and say something. 15 feet, by the way.
Yeah, she'll swim up to the surface. I'm not here to hurt you. I want to understand you. And she just treads water.
You see the water, as you see the creature slam into you, it comes up the water and slams into your chest. Or at least attempts to. But it misses you, as I imagine you would naturally try to avoid being punched in the face or something. It tries to slam onto you, and you get a good look at it briefly, and it's just certainly a Darkling. And here is the
Can I go ahead and cast Sanctuary on myself?
Certainly.
So she, I can't remember what gimmick I had for Sanctuary. Whatever little trinket or doodad she has, she pulls it out. We'll say this one's like under a bra strap or something and puts it on herself real quick. And then she tries again. I really just want to understand you, that's all.
It tries to punch you, but the mini force field you produce redirects its attack effectively.
Damn it. She's just a little disappointed. She's going to. I don't know about looking around the water. Actually, can she swim towards the direction it came from? Like it had swam off a little bit and then it came towards her. Can she swim in the direction it came from?
Certainly. So when
Does
you
it?
go, good.
I was just gonna ask if it got more agitated with me as I did that, but you were about to explain it. So.
Yeah. It looks like it's defending its territory, and it looks like it's getting more aggressive. And this time, instead of an attack, it produces a wave of water. And you can give me a so you maybe you've seen this Mouther before or this Darkling before. You give me a religion check. Unfortunately not. But in any case, I need a Constitution saving throw as it starts using its features to try to put you in a whirlpool. AC is exactly 13.
She will start swimming to the edge, unfortunately, but as she's swimming towards the edge, we'll say she like goes onto her back so she can talk without getting water in her mouth. But she's still going towards the edge of the water. I swear I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of you.
It doesn't seem the same thing, but once you get out of the water, it stops pursuing you.
She will sit there for probably about 10-15 minutes. She's thinking about things. And if nothing happens in that time, she will just exit the cave, being careful when she comes out if anybody's around or whatever. She wants to try to rejoin the group without being noticed.
I'd say when you do go to rejoin the group, some of them are sleeping like Judith, but I would say at this point at the cave entrance when you're walking out, that's when Sora would wake up and from her little dream adventure. Her meditation, her deep stasis, Zen mode, whatever you want to call it. You would see Phoenix, not necessarily that she went into the cave, but she's standing by the entrance. I think you have like a 17 passive or
15.
15, yeah, 15 is pretty good though.
Phoenix,
Have a
did
good
you?
rest.
She takes a stand up. My master visited me.
Oh, really? Well, I guess we don't have to find him after all. He found you.
Apparently, I had been neglecting my meditations. I probably should have done that earlier.
Well, I mean, we've been kind of busy.
He's looking for one of the other monks, Master Hyperion. I believe he could be the Mouther we faced together at the festival.
I was just gonna ask if that was him, so he's looking for him. Lost soul or something.
Suru is looking for a way to cure him. Something about his soul.
I wonder if your master can help us with Lewis.
Apparently, a part of that same darkness that corrupts Master Hyperion also lies within this cave that we are trying to get in.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I would be careful. There's immense darkness in there.
Yeah. Thing is, like, everybody's all scared of the dark. Ooh, boogeymen live in the dark. But I'm not. the darkness is kind of part of me, and I like it. I confess, I went in there, had to take a piss, there's something in there, but I didn't see anything too big that would, like, torment a soul, but I didn't go that deep, so...
I believe there are safer places to go to the bathroom, Phoenix.
Oh, it's dark in there. Don't want to be seen.
Oh, very true. But next time, I can cover you. I'm not afraid of the dark either.
You're not afraid of anything, Sora. I like that about you.
I am afraid of needles, but that is about it.
I don't blame you on that one. They're kind of pokey.
They're pokey, and I don't understand how you don't feel anything when they go in. It's very unnerving.
Yeah? She just kind of does like a nervous laugh, and then we'll start walking towards where everybody else is.
She'll join you. But whatever's inside Lewis, maybe we can find some answers to help us in there. You never know.
We can ask him in the morning. I mean, we're already here.
Who do you think he'd listen to more, or be more open to?
Like, nobody. Maybe Vada, but Vada doesn't say much.
Vata is very cool, but every time I talk to him, I feel like I just annoy him, so I'm not very sure.
Maybe we should make up a different reason to go in the cave, and he'll come along with us because he's all about protecting us and everything. So we can go in there for another reason and just have a secret between you and me on what our real motives are.
Oh, I'd like that. I'm no good at secrets, but whatever you do, I will play along.
All right.
Okay, and the rest of you, what are you doing? Are all of you trying to sleep? Who's currently watching? What are you guys up to?
Lois would probably spend like the first hour of the long rest just doing basic physical training and then just head to bed. Nothing too strenuous.
Okay.
Emmerich is sitting on the grass against this rock here, leaned back with his arms crossed. Still awake.
Do I even need to ask you this?
Well, one of the things we didn't talk about over the week, but because of how we do long rest in this game with hit die and stuff, would my Song of Rest be able to be useful at all during this?
Well, most of the time we take short rest. It's very rare that we'll take long rest every single time we step outside. So it's useful whenever we take a short rest, which kind of fits a theme. You're just playing music and stuff.
If that's the case, then Judith just passed out.
Okay. Oh wait, who's watching? Is it Lewis then? Or Emra?
I think it's me and Lewis, or did Lewis go to sleep after that?
I would have checked the first section and then head to bed. It wouldn't be adverse to staying up a bit longer to help with watches, though.
Okay. I think the benefit from long, you need to have 6 of the 8 hours need to be sleeping. So at some point, everyone would take a rest in whatever capacity their race needs to. But yeah, if that's the case, then Vada wouldn't really say much. He would take a watch like everyone else and rest, and he helped set up camp. But a time would come and 8 hours would surely pass. No threats. You've done well to mask your positions.
All right. You ready, or?
Say in the morning as people are waking up, Phoenix is over there preparing more trinkets and gadgets and doodads for the next day. Basically, my spells refresh.
And you can kind of just see Sora sitting next to her, holding her tools, just looking excitedly at everything. Like, I have no idea what's happening, but this looks cool.
Well, see, if you put this pin in just right and set it at the right angle, the spring will go off, which will open up the hatch, and that's what lets all the grease out.
Oh, something like, this?
Perfect, Sora. Good job. Where you been all my life? I could use a set of hands like yours.
I was on a giant turtle.
That's right. That's right. I'm glad you're with us now.
You fixed Jenkins over the night, or?
Yeah, he's doing better.
Great, he's been acting a little funny.
What do you mean?
I don't know. But I got my eye on him.
Listen, Amrut. I know what you're thinking, but no, Jenkins is not flammable.
I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah, of course, friend.
Although, above table, thank you for reminding me. I forgot to roll this hit die.
No problem. Judith, you up? Come on.
Yeah, I'm just here making coffee. And she Judith has a little espresso machine that she has over the fire, making a little coffee if anyone wants some. And then
The fuck?
just writing in her journal, in her notebook.
You brought all that shit with you?
Yeah, of course. Gotta start the day off right?
Oh, I really shouldn't. But everyone else indulge?
Sure. I'll take a cup.
Hey,
There you go.
I got a thought for you guys since yesterday was so much fun and whatnot. Anybody want to go check out the cave? You know, since we're here and all.
Yeah, I think that's what we're here for, right?
Yes, we cannot complete until we are done here.
Sounds great.
Lewis.
Maybe we'll get lucky and get to go back into the shadow world again. That was pretty wild.
That was something else. Never experienced anything like that before.
All right. Well, I'm all packed up, ready to go.
Lewis, how are you feeling today?
Kind of calling his name, but you realize that he was still like pretty groggy and is just now starting to rub like the back of his head just to try to wake himself up. Then he just stretches out his organic arm, but not his mechanical one. I think I rested up just about fine. Man, those things hit hard.
As you all enter the cave, though one of you been in before, a little secret. You see that it looks different. For all of you, exactly what I described to Phoenix. The entrance is immediately expands into the cave, and you can see the low light emitted on the sigils. You're not certain what they do just yet. Go ahead and move you there.
Ooh, pretty.
Those of you without dark vision, I don't know if you have a way of getting around it, or if you want to use one of your hands to torch, light spell.
Phoenix. Help. Cannot see.
I'm not the one that made you see. That's Judy here.
Is that you, Jude? Is that you, Judith? She was like touching Judith's face, thinking it was Phoenix. You were a lot taller than I was remembering.
Yeah, here. And I pull out an old ink pen, and I will use it to cast light on it. So you can tuck it behind your ear.
Phoenix is gonna go to the spot she was at last night and look for that creature.
You're down here by the water.
Does the water look different, not disturbed?
You can see the shadow. It's come back.
Phoenix will point it out to the others. There's something there. Does anybody feel it?
Feel what?
Feel what?
Like the thing you feel from all mouthers.
Do we?
You would see it and feel it, yeah. I put a little black spot on the map. Oh, I don't know how well it works with you.
Oh, I see it. Kind of. Oh. Yeah, that thing. Does it want something?
She'll pull up to it. Sorry to invade your home, but we're looking for something. I honestly don't know if it understands common.
What's that one language you speak sometimes, Amrut, that is almost kind of like, nails on a chalkboard? That's the one.
Not really sure the true name of it, but I can give it a shot. And I'll call out to it and just say, more translated loosely to just like, hey, or halt.
What language you speaking?
We'll try deep speech.
You hear bubbling water, and then a beak raises from it. It just says to you, protect the darkness. I will. The rest of you hear some type of like strange, mind-boggling sound, like, which is even funnier if you think that Emret's speaking in the same language.
Talking to you, Emret. You got like all the connections.
Lucky me. He'll turn back to it. We mean you no harm. Protected from what? Okay. Everyone, start backing up.
Okay. What did it say?
Nothing good.
What are these things again? Now that we're in here?
Oh, you just see sigils on the floor of the window room. You don't know what they do or function as yet. She didn't discover it till she stepped on one.
Do I say anything else to it?
There's like 6 of us and 1 of it. If it has any brains, it might like decide it's outnumbered.
That is,
No.
if it thinks logically like us, it could be more elemental or animal-like, where it has a set of rules that are biological.
Some beings have a purpose. It's gonna fulfill it regardless.
It's a shame.
But
I think if we get too close, it'll attack.
I can't help but notice these sigils. They look like the wind rune.
You should try stepping on it, being a wind rune yourself.
You know, that sounds like fun. And she'll step on this one.
And the air lifts you up.
Whoa!
You can now jump to any location within 30 feet. And 30 feet of the sigil, I should say. So if you measure from the edges, for example, you can reach these. Technically, from where you are, it's 35, but it's 30 feet of the sigil.
Whoa!
You do so safely, too. Even though you normally land safely, you felt it really gentle.
Oh, that was cool.
Huh. I guess that'll get us farther through the cave without getting in the water with that thing.
You think it will work for all of us?
Let's
Give it a
find
shot.
out. No, step on it as well.
30 feet.
Alrighty. Let me measure it out real quick.
You land safely. So, Amber, walk us through how it felt. Especially you got that cape. You look like doing like a Batman landing.
Like Arkham. Yeah. Well, he's never probably gone up and over like a roller coaster, so it probably feels weird to his stomach when he gets over there. I don't like that. It's safe. Come on over.
Right. Takes a step on it. Launches him over to the other side. I'm doing an acrobatics just to see how safely he lands himself, balanced-wise. Not very good.
So you would probably fall, but you would still land gently. Because
Yeah.
how it lowers you. But as you do stumble, you could see Sora looking down. She's found an entrance. These little alcoves or holes are entrances that you can see on the map. Several of them. But since I'm imagining all of you will eventually cycle through the Wind Rune jumpers, you would notice that it does not take Jenkins. Someone would have to hold Jenkins and get thrown in the air. So it seems to function for Moon Warriors, but unfortunately for the average person, which is 99% of the world, they have no problem.
Oh, as he does not go flying through, Phoenix just shakes her head.
You see him, and he's like, you guys are on the other side. He's like, Jenkins.
Well, he's been in the water before. Let's see if he can swim.
Here, I'll grab him, Phoenix. Oh, never mind. You're still over on this side too.
Well, above game, I'm wondering if that's possible because he's a medium-sized creature.
You can grapple medium size. Whether Judith hangs on to him, we're going to find mid-air. There'd be an athletics feat of strength to hold on to.
Oh, maybe you should, Phoenix.
If no one wants
I'm
to,
smaller than you.
Vada would come back and help you hold him. He's not strength-based, but he's willing to volunteer stuff. But if
Phoenix
someone,
is going to be stubborn because she has an ulterior motive. She's going to ask him to swim across, unless that like cliffside there is too much, because she wants to see what the dark thing does as he gets close to the edge of the water.
sure. Place him where you want him. The drop off is down. It's like 2-3 feet.
I mean, I put all that work to waterproof him. Might as well see if it works. She will have her crossbow out though and ready to shoot this thing if it attacks Jenkins like too much. As he starts to like crawl down into the water. He's not a rune warrior, she'll call out. Oh, I wonder if you could jump that. I don't know.
That's up in the air, right?
Lewis, seeing Jenkins start to approach from the side, just like extends his arms out. Come on now.
Athletics on Jenkins for the jump. But you do think the creature was primed to attack him if he fell in.
Is that strength or... Oh,
Strength,
yes,
athletics, yeah.
athletics.
Jenkins jumps right into Lewis's arms pretty handily.
Oh, man, you're a lot heavier than you look.
Thanks. He's not supposed to be something that slows us down.
Jenkins.
As long as he helps us out, should be just fine.
And does Phoenix like flying as a reminder of that one time he flew out on the session 0?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. She's trying to think if there's some way she could harness this wind power and make it so she could do it more often, but that's for later to figure out.
Excellent. And Judith, I noticed you're pretty reserved over there. Are you waiting last for any particular reason?
Last only because Judith is like looking at all the ones down here and not sure what makes that the way to go. So, out of curiosity, Judith can see some rocky stuff over here, and I'm going to point that way, and I'm going to shoot a firebolt over there, just so I can see like if it illuminates anything else.
Oh, when you shoot your firebolt down there, briefly you get illuminations, but give me a perception to see what you can perceive since it's very, very fast. It's instantaneous. You could see that it from the corner, because there is a cliff blocking it right here. So from the corner, you would see dry land light up, but since there is a wall here, you don't see much on this side. But it just looks like continued gravel. No, nothing particular would stand out.
Okay. She'll go over here to this thing and step on it.
Shoot across. How does Judith like flying?
She's okay with it. She just kind of very simply goes up, comes down. Okay, ready to go. And
You know what?
continues kind of like looking down this little path here. Like it's hard for her to not be curious of like what else there is than just here. So she'll just kind of look over the edge and that's it.
So, Judith, how do you feel about these runes only functioning for rune warriors and not everybody? Sigils, that is. Obviously, people are born with special powers in many capacities.
I think I wouldn't necessarily know that it, you know, that it was only for rune warriors, like, because yes, all of us are, and Jenkins isn't, but Jenkins is also not a real person, so
Whoa!
it just
Well,
might,
hold
it just
on,
might be,
Pinocchio. Okay.
it just
No,
might be
true.
just a creature, a machine. So she just think, okay, well maybe that doesn't work for that. That's all.
Fair assessment.
Well, you all may continue. The shadow in the water still stands there, ever vigilant for if you were to fall into its waves.
There seems to be something on the other side of this alcove here. Do you want to take a look?
Don't
Might
see
as
any
well.
reason why not.
Well, Sora's gonna climb her way on in.
A little bit of a squeeze. For a small creature they could walk in, but for medium size, you guys ducking into some type of crawl or just lowering your body dramatically down. Crouching position. You get into the other side, it's a little bit warmer. You can see puddles of waters. You could also see some mushrooms growing about.
Phoenix
Oh.
looks to Vada and says, after you.
Nods.
It's a bit cozy in here. Ooh, I see another sigil. Over there.
As they're going along, before Amrit joins them through that tunnel there, he'll look back to the creature in the water. Is its like beak still like surfacing?
Yeah, the beak would be. It's like it's waiting expectingly in case you talk to its beak slightly out of the water.
Gotcha. So we'll turn back to it. Who do you serve? Or what?
He says, the corruption that holds Leklamaya's greatest spirit.
Greatest spirit. just start going back out towards the tunnel here.
Okay. I think most of them took this route, though. You could some of you could see Sora on the other side, so both lead the same direction.
Ooh, there's another tight crevice to that sigil, or there's more things in over there. Oh, I'll just follow Judith.
Even if the
Oh,
cage
sorry.
is awkwardly quiet, but the sigils throughout serve some type of comfort, even for a creature with dark vision, just to have any type of extended vision, even if minimal.
Sorry, Sora. I didn't know you were leading the way. I was just I saw something and decided to look.
Oh no, caves are not my thing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Ooh,
There's something this way, friend or
There's
foe,
a-
I don't know.
eh?
There's
Where
a
are you,
big one
Phoenix?
over here.
About to warn you. There seems to be something. He looks to Phoenix. We want to check it out.
I do.
Well, come on, Phoenix.
We can send Jenkins down a little bit if we want. He's not powered. Maybe they will be less scared of him.
Yes.
She will keep an eye on him, though.
So Jenkins is traveling down. You see the creatures start growling a little bit.
I'm guessing we all hear the growls. Anybody want to make some pets?
I don't even see you.
Question is, are they protecting something worthwhile?
Wait. If they're animals, they would more respond to food, I think.
It's a good idea. You got any in those magnificent pockets of yours?
Oh, let's see what Sora has on store today.
If you pick the wrong thing, you'll be the food.
She takes out some of the leftover breakfast in the form of a ration and put it on top of Jenkins's head. There, now, okay, send him them now.
Well, I imagine, you know how people balance books on their heads for their good posture? Even though he's a robot, I imagine him walking very stiffly across a little ways. We'll say that about here, one more, he will bend over at the waist and let the food slide off his head and bend back up and take a couple steps back.
Creature walks over. What did you feed them?
So some of the breakfast we had in the form of a ration.
They start eating it. You see that they have younglings, which is probably why they were a little aggressive. You know, the bear's nature is to protect their cubs. That's true for most species. And they do begin to eat. They don't look overly aggressive. I think as long as they're left alone, they won't just go out of their way to try to fight you or attack or anything like that. Whether you want to approach or not, anyone who's not Jenkins would give me an animal handling. Like to get closer to.
Judith takes a photo from where she is, kind of zoomed in a bit, but I'm seeing the little dinos eat.
Sora is trying her best these days to try and be one with nature and open herself, and she really loves animals. So she's going to take another one of her rations in the form of one of those morning sausages and begin approaching. Nana Lee, I am Sora. Here.
Careful.
And she would crouch down low and offer her a sausage.
Animal handling. I'll give you advantage since you get simple. Looks at you and it snatches it out your hands. maybe not so much aggressive as it's being careful, like quickly trying to withdraw just in case you attack it, and like real quick grabs it with its teeth. You see it toss it to its kids and it's begin to eat.
So, quick question: do we feel any darkness coming off of these things, or they just seem to be the natural inhabitants of the place?
They do seem natural. You'd imagine it should be probably more of them. These are probably creatures that survived whatever took hold of this. They're also tucked far into this corner of the cave. This doesn't look like their preference. They look like creatures who would prefer to be nesting alongside the water banks or within the water.
Gotcha.
You enjoy that sausage, friend. We will get you your home back. Just be patient, okay? And she waves a bit, and she'll stand up and head back towards the group.
Jenkins follows right behind Sora.
They're so cute.
Well, back the other way.
Yep.
Judith, what would you name this photo you took? What's your headline when you pick the photo?
I don't know. I just think it's maybe if I want to switch careers in the future to be a nature photographer, I found my gig.
Yeah, you must
Gotta have
have
a broad portfolio.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you must have like a portfolio of pictures at this point.
Is this this is just like a little water, like a little creek?
Yeah,
stream
just
thing?
water trickling down. You can see some of the ceiling of the cave is spilling, so
Okay.
probably another nice little photo to snag. In this area, you could feel wind like shuddering throughout more aggressively. There might be an opening to outside in here. Whatever the case is, you can also see a pretty large sigil in distance surrounded by aura. It could be of no consequence. Whatever the case is, that's what's presented.
How far down does the drop seem?
About 5-6 feet. No check needed. It would be difficult terrain if it was combat or something.
All right, good to know. Shall we? And he just climbs down.
Yep, here we go.
Jenkins climbs because he has to, but Phoenix is short, so she will use the wind rune.
Here we go. So they're like all walking. You like shoot in front of
Yeah, I say she lands like right in front of them as they just barely climb down.
hard or not hard. You can Judith would do the same.
And Vada. Phoenix is gonna walk to the water edge, inspect it for another guardian.
Give me a perception or investigation. You don't see the shadow. It seems to hover on the surface of the water, so it's pretty easy to notice. Yeah. No major concern.
As the two of them get closer to this thing, this sigil with like this aura around it. Again, I won't tell you guys every single time, but I'm taking a badass photo here too.
So your hair is getting blown pretty epically the closer you get to this particular sigil.
Oh, there's something about this one. Vata, do you feel it?
Alta nods. Yes.
Sora will extend her hand out as she approaches further.
can I ask for clarification? On the map right here, there's a dark spot. Is this supposed to be like another cave that goes to another level, or is it just the lighting because it's a solid piece?
No, it's it's a solid piece. It extends to the ceiling of the cave.
Okay.
That's what all these dark spots. As your hair is getting blown about and an epic photo of you is being taken, it looks like you're turning into a Super Saiyan with the amount of like pressure being poured up. As you step into the sigil, you feel different. You think that if you had no more uses of your wind rune, this sigil would have refreshed it.
Oh. This would give me power if I ran out, I think.
Upon hearing that, Phoenix wants to get closer and inspect it and see if there's any way to harness that power. Like, is there any particles floating in it she could gather into a pouch, or is it just non-material altogether?
Oh, well, it's wind, it's aggressive wind. You could certainly probably capture some in a jar, but I'm not sure. You don't think it would preserve its power.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Oh, I bet if we can skip across there, we can get to the bottom side over there.
Looks like there's something over there, too.
Yes, I think I can cross it, but I'm not so sure about the rest of you.
How high up does this particular one seem?
Maybe about 3 feet.
Okay, so it's not too high.
But Sora, with your passive perception, you can see that something is in fact in the water. Different from
Sora will slowly raise her hand out in front of Lewis's chest, grab his shirt, and begin walking back slowly. Oh, that's forward, back.
What's up?
There's something in the water. It's hiding from us.
Good to know.
Where's Amrut?
Over here
yeah.
harassing Jenkins.
Jenkins looks at you, Emra, and he pops open his chest piece, and you can see a bloody towel. And he prints off something. I know it was you.
God, this is the future party conflict right here is the two of you.
He like grabs Jenkins' like shoulders. Who do you work for?
He spews ink onto the paper, hiding the words. Jenkins.
Yeah, he grabs the paper and throws it into the water, and he takes the towel, like puts it in his back pocket. Come on.
I'm imagining he would follow, mostly because Phoenix.
Yeah.
So as for you, what you see in this is a creature, and it's watching you. When it realizes that you spotted it, it looks. You can feel. It's nervous. Something about it is different from the other shadow. Going out of its way to hide, but the water here is not as.
Seeing that's particularly sticking to the water and trying to be, and we don't feel that same feeling from before. Sora will step in front of Lewis, crouch down near the water, and speak in Aquan. Nanali, I am Sora.
Raises it up slowly, first peeking its head out, and despite its size, that's when you realize it's a baby. Even though it speaks Aguan, since it's such a baby of whatever race it hails from, it has very like confused or not proper words, as it just tells you.
Hi there, big friend. Who are you?
Tells you that his name is Melo.
Nanali, Melo. I am Sora from the Turtle Islands. Are you here alone?
Yeah.
Listen, we are here to cure your home of the darkness here. Would you know where it's hiding?
Because he's afraid.
So are we. It is okay to be afraid. Where is the source of your fear?
He goes into it a few times that whatever the other creature is, it's killed the rest of his people that are here.
I see. I am sorry, but we shall take care of it for you, and more families shall arrive. Okay?
Hmm.
Do you know where it is?
He just looks in the direction he came.
Sora would stand and look towards the entrance, and before turning and telling everyone, apparently that creature killed Meadow's entire family.
All the more reason to take it out.
Sora would look up to Phoenix scaling the cliff next to her and just shout up to her, Phoenix, I know you're hesitant about that creature at the entrance, but it has killed innocent creatures here.
I think it might be guarding what killed the innocent creature. Trust me, whatever killed them all, yeah, I have no sympathies for it.
I think we have to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I want to see what's over here first.
Okay,
Might as well get more information before we just jump in.
thank you for your time, Melo. Ilanan, your home will be your own soon.
An odd connection to the creek.
What's up?
You feel an odd connection.
It's your cousin.
That family tree's getting all muddled up now.
Dad, is that you?
Oh no.
I'm just gonna swim across.
When you get close to it, the treasure, it gets in front of you and like snaps at you.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Why are you snapping there, little one?
Oh,
It's his horde. You haven't seen them young. They grow up and they get so big, as big as an island. The tiny dragon turtle infantry, and it's starting its horde.
What is this, your 401k? What's going on?
As Sora realizes the situation, she just shoots her hands up in the air. Everyone, away from us! Treasure! This is no normal turtle! This is a dragon turtle!
Oh.
What you see there is its most precious. It's a part of its nature. Do not touch it.
I'm going to double check here. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to. It's a ritual, but there's no time, sadly. So I'm going to kind of kneel down and say, little turtle, I hope to understand you. And I cast comprehend languages.
You hear it. My treasure.
Oh, it's okay. I promise we won't take your treasure. Just hoping to look at it to see if there's any clues we could learn about what's happening here. But I promise I won't take anything from your treasure, and no one else here will either. Okay?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Looks at you, and it moves, but it's got his eyes on you. Like, see if you try to pocket or take anything.
I'll just say, Phoenix, can you come down here?
Okay. She will crawl her happy butt down.
Sora will nudge Judith and just urge, please, understand this is something very important. Do not disrespect it.
I understand. I don't plan on stealing from a baby. It's more about to understand what's happening here. There might be a good clue here.
I understand.
And can I look through it?
Sure, you can do an investigation. Check it out. There's some obvious stuff, but maybe there's hidden compartments.
Is there anyone that can help me? I don't know if Phoenix had investigation. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't have proficiency in it, but
Okay.
I'd be willing to give the help action, give you advantage.
Okay. And
You look through it and through the nook and crannies of the box, and there is a secret compartment. You see that there's mostly gold here, and with your investigation check, you and Phoenix could count out that it's probably about. It's a small hoard, a lot of money for you guys, but a small hoard for a creature like this. It's got about 600 gold pieces. On top of the boxes, inside, you can see that right now it's collecting mundane stuff. It's got some scales from the dinosaurs up top. You don't think it killed it, just collected it. It's got shells from in the water. Some of them look beautiful, probably valuable. And then you can see large pearls that it's been harvesting. Those pearls, their values, you would need to be proficient in a jeweler's kit to discern or find someone who is. But they're sitting inside them. So then go ahead and give me a... Yeah, go ahead and give me a jewels tool. You can use intelligence.
High rolls tonight.
I mean, 13 is not bad. Not a bad roll. Yeah, you think that they're worth anywhere between 50 to 100 GP a piece, and there's like 10 of them. As for this,
I have no intention to steal from this turtle, she tells everybody. But I wonder if it would be willing to, like, trade.
Sora looks to Baby Mello and just can't help but feel that connection before strengthened and understanding of being alone and just losing your family and not having control over it. From her bag, she'll begin to approach it and pull out her stuffed toy, Mr. Daha, and present it to Mello. He has helped me a lot in my journey. I think it's time he helped you. Would you take this as my treasure for your treasure?
He takes it and he puts it in one of its boxes, and it pulls out three things: a pile of gold that it has in its mouth. It drops in front of you, which is the equivalent of 50 GP. And then there is a smaller pearl that he rolls up next to it. And then finally, a few scales of the Dimensions. To choose one of the piles.
Sora would look to Phoenix. Take your pick.
Very kind of you, Sora. Scales.
And Sora will lean down and pick up the scales.
Sorry. I want to type out what this is again. It's dragons. Scales of something.
The Dimensions. I'll write that in chat.
The animals up there.
But you should know that some of the Magic Item craftings require animal scales. This is as good as any.
When she goes to put the scales in her pouch, she will take out 10 gold and bend down, make sure the baby sees me that I'm putting gold in and not taking gold out.
It would thank you. It doesn't say as much, but the universal nod is it takes your head up and down.
Yeah.
You know, for it's more like a bow. In Lion King, the baby was being lifted over like bowing and stuff. It does that to you. Gets on one knee, lowers its body.
Oh, for clarification, because it probably will matter later, how many scales?
For the purpose of magic item crafting, I would say you've got one plunk skill. That's
Cool,
how
thank
that's
you.
the language I've used on some of the magic.
Judith is going to reach into her bag as well and pull out this like little glass vial with a little this little thing that you can press it and it sprays. It's a little bottle of perfume. And say, here you go, young dragon turtle. Something to add to your hoard as well. And is there anything that you can tell us about anything else fishy going on besides this beast that killed all of your family?
Penguin. Good. Now, penguin. Bad.
Sanguine is the beaked fellow.
Penguin guardian like La Maya. Beak guard him.
Ah. Thank you so much.
Help you reach Sanguine. I will.
Oh, really? And I'll turn around to everybody. I'll say that all out loud, so everyone knows what he was saying. But we're gonna go. They're gonna take us to Sanguine.
Monster attack. You help. Fight Sanguine. I won't.
We would not expect you to. That is our job.
Penguin friend. But hurt, Mellow. I want friend again.
You know
Does
what?
anybody know anything about Sanguine?
Religion or nature are your two best friends. If you are proficient, it's possible you've heard of Sanguine, but since he's only in this one location, that's why I require proficiency. You'd have to be skilled to learn of one particular creature in the world. Not like a species or anything like that. So is anyone here proficient in nature or religion?
Negative.
No.
Nope.
Wait, literally, none of you guys? No.
Nope.
Guys, this ain't the one shots. These skills are super useful in environment. So you know what? Who has the highest wisdom modifier? Because if we're going to take a wild check, it'll have to be off religion.
16.
Really?
Plus 2.
Religion's
Religion is
intelligence.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I always forget this intelligence because I mix it up with clerics that are wisdom based.
I just have a 3 on religion.
Well, I'll let you give us a wild card. Maybe you heard something about Sanguine.
She does read a lot. Not about
Oh.
that.
Not about that, yeah. Oh, you haven't, and it's okay because when we do stuff like these restrictions, Sanguine is literally the only creature of its kind. It's one individual, like Judith is Judith. So it's tough to recall something like that.
Yeah. We're about to find out anyway.
So he gets into the water, and you guys are free to ride onto its back. He's only able to house 4 of you, so the best swimmer should probably keep up behind him.
Gotcha. So is this thing our tour guide now, or?
He's going to take us to the creature that we are here to hopefully help and cure.
Awesome. Does it breathe fire, or?
He's not going to help us. He's a baby.
Oh. That's a
Do you
big
mean
ass
that-
baby.
Or do you mean Sanguine?
I hope not. I meant the dragon turtle.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
should-
I'll follow behind you.
I should take you to the island so you can see Tango. That is the largest dragon turtle in the world.
Angro, Papa.
Oh, do you know him?
Papa told me before he left.
He is the most magnificent thing. One day, maybe you can see him too, but it's a long ways from here.
You know turtles well.
I lived on one all my life.
Papa left me to see him. Hyperion.
And when she hears that, her smile fades a little bit before it widens again. You shall see Hyperion again soon.
And begin swimming. It could house one more person on it. Maybe Jenkins, he probably sinks like a rock. Is Lewis, Amrud, and Vata doesn't care. Lewis, Amrud, are you guys comfortable swimming?
Yeah, but swim speed.
Oh
Yeah,
what
he should be fine.
And are you proficient in athletics, Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't require a check, but you being proficient, athletics covers running, jumping, climbing, and swimming. So just having a proficiency alone in water that's still means that you'll be able to keep up respectively with the creature. Obviously, it's difficult terrain, but he's not zooming away; he's moving slow.
Okay.
Whereas
Yeah.
Amro can just easily keep up with the other actuals. I'm gonna go ahead and move this group. The rest of you move your tokens yourselves, but I'll move this group. Try not to zoom too far ahead. When I'm done moving it, I'll move Vada, but I can't move parties. It climbs over this crevice. When it does, a shadow in the distance darts towards it. And those of you that are like climbing over the crevice at this time could see it. And the turtle says, "Help you against this, I will. Just not sanguine, my friend." And the creature surfaces to size up baby dragon turtle, having already successfully killed the rest of, well, the other turtle. So we go.
Phoenix will jump off because she wants this turtle to get out of here.
Oh, he said he's gonna help us with this one.
Gonna try his best. Yeah, he's not exactly an expert fighter, but he's dragon turtle. Initiative. Whether we want to flee or not, we can tell him to do so, but let's roll. And Lewis, you're the first to act as you climb over the stone edge. You see the Suigui rise out of the waves. Its body strong and muscular. And now you're gonna take your first turn, but not until we take 10-minute break. You guys see?
All right.
Hot damn. I'll be back.
We cannot let this baby die.
Nope, we're letting this thing survive. All cost. He's too precious.
What's Lewis's dex?
Not very high. I have no idea how the hell I got that high. +1.
Oh,
Well,
gotcha.
I mean, when you roll high, it doesn't matter what I
No, because
Yeah.
if we both rolled 20s, I guess we don't do the dex roll off thing.
Yeah, what we
Okay,
do
I'm
if you
glad-
have
I'm glad-
if you
I'm
have a
glad that you go
higher
first.
if you have a higher dex mod, you would go first. We do that. If it's between
yeah.
players, it can choose. If it's monsters, it's whoever has the higher mod.
I have a +3 to dex.
So you can choose who's talking. You can let Lewis go first, or you can go first. But if it's a monster, then it's mandatory that the higher dex goes. Well, you
No,
guys
we
can
don't
decide
go
that.
first.
I'll be back in 10 minutes, and those of you in the stream, thank you for watching. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, definitely don't want to go first.
Oh, got it.
I was like, damn, Lewis is got some spring in his step.
Apparently.
I'm sorry, Sucker. I know you avoided wanting to hurt this thing, but this thing's evil. Hella evil.
Oh, yeah, no, it killed everything in the cave. That's fine.
Classic shadow rune.
Yeah, she had.
Just kidding, just kidding.
She has stuff. She ain't looking to turn evil, though, but she's looking for answers. And so she kind of had her hopes, but no answers here. She is smart enough to realize that. I am worried that Jenkins isn't going to be much help in the water, though.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's only like 2 feet deep and he can just walk around.
Oh, no, y'all had to swim.
Yeah, it's at least relatively deep.
No, but I mean, I'm glad we didn't just kill everything. Like, we had those dinosaurs in the back corner.
Yeah. Fun little wholesome moment.
Although, I really need to get the things for making them damn goggles for Sora.
Hey, we might get those materials now.
I want to make those things so bad.
I swear, I think I'm gonna have to take the skill expert feat just to like get more things.
All the skills.
I'm like, man, how do I not have religion?
Actually, yeah, now that you mention it, aren't you aligned to Bard Ferna?
I mean, that's like someone who follows a certain religion doesn't necessarily mean that like, they know everything about it. I have
Fair
a
point.
+3. I have a +3 in my religion, so it's pretty good. But
Pretty commendable. Alright.
yeah, maybe with the next time there's any kind of level, she'll become really good at religion.
We'll have to see. It'll probably come in handy.
Phoenix, are you proficient in Arcana?
Yeah, I chose Arcana, History, Insight, and Persuasion, which Persuasion is funny because I have a -1 Charisma, but I just wanted her to not be negative on that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party. -1
But no,
charisma,
Arcana-
proficiency,
Ar-
intimidation.
Yeah, Arcana and History fits her roleplay wise. That's where she's at.
All right, I'm back. Listen, Sakura, I'm stabbing the fuck out of Jenkins.
You better not. She will shoot you with a crossbow. I just want to say, all of that stuff was Falcon's idea. He messaged me to say, hey, what do you think of this? I was like, go for it. But I didn't think none of that up.
Oh, this is a funny recurring meme. Oh, it's real. Okay.
Jenkins is possessed. It's official now.
He really after your boy. It's kind of crazy. Either that or he's like an accomplice. I have no idea.
Me neither. He has a mind of his own. I tried to program him, but he's got some quirks in there. Gotta get taken care of.
He has some quirks you never intended for.
That's the way creation works.
One day he's gonna be like, "So I've been discovered." Like, whoa.
I feel like his ability to talk is definitely gonna get like to a point like that.
Oh, I would love for him to sound like a fancy English butler or something.
Yes.
Just so he can roast Amrut in a British accent.
You thought me a mere machine? No. I am your ruin. I'm like, whoa.
Oh,
See, I don't think I told Falcon, but I love that he said his center opens up because when I had the artist create him, she had this cheat sheet of all the things he can do. And yeah, his stomach is supposed to open up and there's a scale in there for her to measure things from when she worked at the junk shop. And it's just like, God, this is so perfect.
Oh, it's amazing.
Wow.
by the
There's a
way,
printer in there too.
Biz, what were the main changes with the buffs to the monkey thing?
Let me double check. I know one of them is that when you're standing on pole, it applied the disadvantage to attacks on you extends to everybody's first attacks, not just the first attack on you. So if there are multiple enemies trying to attack you, then you gain that advantage for all of them for the first attack.
That's huge. That is really huge.
It's very good. 1v8 situation. Ha! All of your first attacks do nothing to me. Let me scroll on down.
I think that was mainly it. I only have level 3 features, so I haven't added the others yet.
Yeah. That's the main one, I think. Yeah, I think that's the only main one you need to worry about. 6th level, I think, also had a change. Yeah, but we're not going to need to worry about that until a bit later. Changed it from just being able to use mirror image to whenever you or a mirror image is attacked, then you could change the target from either you or an illusion. So you have a lot of control over that.
Like,
It's
if I
very
don't
nice.
I want to lose my protection, or if I feel like the attack roll.
Yeah. Or if you really want to get your key stacked up a lot more, then that's also a good way. To do the swap thing, you need to spend a key to do it. So it could help stack it up for stand on staff.
I have to keep in mind of that.
Okay, we'll be starting back up in about 2 minutes. If you haven't already, take a quick break, stand up, walk around, and we'll finish the rest of the session strong as we fight the Suigui. 2 minutes, heads up.
Shooey gooey.
Sounds good.
If you look up Suigui, one is found a 5th edition monster, so it's fine. It's an actual spiritual creature in mythologies.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
About to jump off this turtle, though.
All right. Do a quick roll call, see if everybody's back before we begin. Phoenix,
2 finger salute.
Emra,
Hello.
Lewis,
Hi.
Judith,
Yes.
Sora.
Cowabunga, dude.
Let's fight. Lewis, take your turn.
Just let that sit.
Wait, is Lewis going or Judith?
Lewis.
Lewis.
Right.
All right. Lewis, seeing the Suigui start to approach with most likely aggressive intentions, starts making his way up the pillar first before just jumping off of the cliff toward the Suigui. Just trying to get a little bit of air and then slashing down at it. Would I be able to avoid the disadvantage being in water by attacking it in the air first?
Initially, and then it'll be an issue going forward.
Sounds good. 14.
It turns its thick shell to you, and your sword just kind of clanks off of it.
All right. Blinks off it, and he kind of just like recoils slightly as he just falls into the water. God damn it.
Judith,
Judith is going to hop off this turtle. It's 10 feet away, but would it be 15 feet to get me all the way over here because of the water?
yeah.
15, 20, 25. I'm next
Well,
to
it'll
this.
just be difficult once. So you're good. It'd be
Yeah. All right, so I come over there, and I'm like, this is going to be epic. speaking about what my friends are doing, not necessarily what I'm doing, and I'm going to shoot a fire bolt at the cool-looking monster. Oh my goodness!
It flies off, hitting the creature, but its body was so wet from the water that it sears the backside of its shell, similar to the turtle. It was unable to penetrate.
Bonus action, I do absolutely nothing.
Plot twist. Lada jumps next to you, over here, prepares for an attack when it comes closer.
Phoenix is going to run along this cylindrical rock to get to more stable ground. As she does, she reaches into her pouch and pulls out another little ball and heaves Hoet at Shui Gui, trying to hit it with a fairy fire. Position so it doesn't hit the missile.
But dex save. Unfortunately, it makes it a financial 20.
Well, maybe the water is sparkly. Bonus action, she heals at Jenkins to get off. He will swim difficult terrain, so that's 10, 20. And he will try to distract it and get in the way, basically helping. I don't know if he can do this. Can he help Sora, expecting for Sora to come over here, or is that not possible?
Well, it could take the help action. That's how help usually works. But it's on the next attack, not character based. So if say Mello went next, he would have advantage on the attack.
Absolutely, then that's what he did. That's what he's doing. He's trying to distract the thing and get in the way to help you. Whoever makes the next attack.
Luckily, it is Sora, so in the fiction, it's working with what you want.
Well, that's why I picked her, because she's next.
Well,
All right. Sora whirls her staff about and jumps up, the staff gently knocking back down as she applies her weight to it. With her bonus action, she'll mount her staff. So, riding with incredible amount of balance, she just will use her. So, bonus action, standing on a staff. Main action, she will hold her action to make a two-handed staff swing at Shui when she's close enough. And just gets him, little baby Mellow.
close enough is now. Go ahead and take your swing. But you have advantage on from Jenkins. Good thing, because advantage is the reason why you're hitting it. Roll me that D.
For 9 bludgeoning.
So, when you smack this creature, you put a little crack into its shell and its eyes divert to you. But as it goes to rebuttal you, Mello attacks, trying to protect you. No, says, as it shoots its beak forward. Fortunately, being newer to combat, misses. The Shurigui starts pulling the water around him. Unfortunately, if you are within 30 feet of him and in the water, so not the people who are on land within 30 feet of him, then you owe me a Constitution saving throw.
I will use my inspiration.
Oof.
Mello, unfortunately. All four of you guys failed. Oh my god. So what happens now is that each of you take 5 cold damage.
Okay.
Well, you take it at the start of your turn. There's that. But on a failed save, a creature's lungs are filled with water and they begin to drown. While drowning in this way, they cannot speak or cast spells that use verbal components. They suffer 5 or, well, 2d4 cold damage at the start of each of their turns while the Shui Gui is alive. So if this thing were to run off now, you guys would probably just die. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on this. So with that said, as he does explode that onto you, all he does for now. Emra, you see your allies begin choking. Everyone save for Mello, who actually can breathe in the water, but still takes the magical cold damage.
Gotcha. I'm also 25. But I don't know if am I in the water or am I on this pillar? Hold on.
Move your square. I would say I would give you advantage because I would say like your leg is probably in the water because half the square is water.
Okay, gotcha. Then you're really good.
It's all or nothing. Remember, nothing happened to Phoenix. So if you make it, nothing happens.
All right.
You have advantage. So one more. Oh damn! Okay. You take the 5-2, and you're unable. So you're unable to talk or cast spells with vocal components.
Okay, gotcha.
Just start your turn. You take 5.
I am resistant to cold, so that's
2.
Like, two. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you always round down.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna swim up there. Let's see, I have 20 feet of swim speed. Let's see. Gets me right up there. And even though I'm technically drowning, I'm gonna go down swinging.
He just easily protects against it.
Alrighty. And then the dagger.
Great. That one hits him.
It's probably harder to use the weapons like underwater there. We just stabs with the dagger, just goes straight through the water into the shell there.
You stab it, exploiting its weakness. It looks at you.
And that's its turn.
When you end your turn, it tries to slam against you, but because of your swim speed and your ability to fight underwater, you're able to evade its large puddle slam. Jenkins. Wait, the Jenkins? Okay. Evil Jenkins. No, I'm just joking. Lewis.
He's gonna take over the world.
Jenkins.
Okay, so while I'm currently under the drowning effect, am I still able to move?
Yeah, you're able to move, but since you don't have a swim speed, it's difficult turn.
Understandable. He starts to just maneuver himself away as the water starts to get inside of his lungs, and he takes the 5 cold. He just kind of grits his teeth as the water around him starts to boil. As I will be using my reaction for... where is it? Good old steam release. And going for a swing on the Gooey. With disadvantage. Schmack. Eesh. Yeah, it's definitely not hitting.
You like go for a swing, but you know, like a good fighter, you breathe with each strike. You're unable to breathe, and your attack falters.
Yep.
Before you go, Judith, the creature then rebuttals, blocking the blade and trying to slam Lewis right in the chest successfully at a 25, I'd imagine. Oh yeah, you have your thing. I forgot, Phoenix. You have a thing. You can still use
I was gonna use a deflect attack.
No, you were. And I believe you. You spoke up fast. I just was quick. So, anyways, Lewis, he goes to slam into your chest, but that 25 turns into a natural 1. Take your turn, Judith.
Woohoo!
All right. Judith, remembering that her spell lasts for an hour and can speak to this thing, will say, your time is coming to an end, my dark friend. The shadow is going to leave you as my friends here destroy every piece of your being. Ooh, that was dark. That was darker than I expected. And I'm going to bonus action use my unsettling words to phantasmal force. And I'm going to make it think that there is another Shui Gui right here, but the Shui Gui is going to be attacking it.
Okay.
Do I have to say? Let me double check. If I have to say, I want to use my unsettling words before or after. Yeah. Okay. So I'll use it. So here's my D6. It takes 4 off the save.
All right, and so you try to weave this magic onto it, and when you do so, you'll preserve your unsettling words. For the next saving throw, that will affect it, as it has no effect against the creature, so it doesn't need to make a save. Which, if you know your own spell, you would understand that it is unfortunately either an undead or construct. Doesn't look mechanical, so it's undead.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of like I have like a weird taste in my mouth that it wasn't working. Like a. Okay, that was it. Okay, that I think our friend there is undead. And I am going to move 5, 10, 15 to here.
Luckily, your bardic dice is the next save. There was no save here. So you use the spell slot, but you don't waste the bardic.
Got it.
Bata is going to jump over here to this ledge. He's an heirloom like sword, so he got like a 15-20 foot jump without checks. And he'll walk 5 feet here. He'll attack twice. Both attacks landing as he stabs into the creature's shell. And then when the creature looks back, he does a wide swing across his face. Give him a nasty skin.
Undead. Interesting. She runs a little bit to get a better shot.
You know, Phoenix, it is interesting. You have to be intelligence would ask yourself, maybe when it was alive, it was one of Mello's family members, but Mello doesn't realize that because it's morphed. It's certainly still vaguely a turtle.
God, that's awful.
Indeed.
Okay, well, there ain't nothing she can do about that now, so she runs staying on land. She's not going into the water. Will make a shot with her crossbow. And yeah, that thought is so unsettling. She does not hit it. However, Jenkins takes the -5 cold damage.
Does he need to breathe?
He doesn't, but neither did Mello, but the magical cold damage still hurt.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but he's going to once again give the help action to whoever attacks next.
Heard.
Thing is, I already have advantage. But thank you.
Well, it has to be within 5 feet of Jenkins, and you are now 10 feet away, so...
Oh, then
No, just
someone else-
the enemy creature has to be 5 feet. The person you're helping is not.
Oh, my bad, okay. Oh, well.
Sorry, you could just hold your attack until Mello goes, giving both of you advantage. Mello attacks first, that's your trigger.
Okay, yeah, we will. Well, my advantage is only for my turn.
Oh, damn, so yeah, we're missing that here a little.
But you know what? I'm going to do that because that sounds cool anyway. So I'm going to hold my action to do a two-handed swing, and I will expend a key point. Or no, not going to do that. EOT.
Okay, so Mello gets advantage against it and will attack with full force, hopefully landing his strike.
And I will now just do my normal.
And he does. And he hits him real hard. He is a dragon turtle, I thought. He does a nasty bite breaking into his shell. And what I'll say is Jenkins will still grant you that advantage since you would have had it on your turn anyways.
Okay, one more roll.
Or that damage. Excellent. Since the creature has 28 hit points, you and Baby Mello can describe with Jenkins' aid how you defeat the Suigui.
So, Jenkins, I'd imagine, would be just poking at its sides, but as it raises one of its arms up to probably try and slam down on Jenkins, Baby Mello comes in, biting at that armpit, making its arm just wrench back, and its head to probably twist about in surprise in time for Sora's staff to come down and smash over the top of its head. Almost a gong sound effect going off as it is driven back into the water.
With that opportunity, you see Mello peek into where you opened it, all while Jenkins like caught its attention for half a second. Well done. The Suigui is vanquished. The moment it vanquishes, it starts to melt away and turn to ashes. While it's turning to ashes, it leaves a single item place. It's a Darkling.
Oh, I want that.
When it dies, you guys can feel its spirit. And I think more than Phoenix now will realize, oh damn, this is Mello's family. Kind of amalgamated into this one evil creature.
She's going to try to watch Baby Mellow's face, even though she can't understand it. She's trying to judge if there's any recognition on the baby's face.
Oh, luckily, there isn't. Unless you guys tell him otherwise. He just thinks he got rid of the thing that killed him. That he kind of, in a way, re-killed his family. I don't know.
Yeah, now Phoenix is not saying a damn thing.
Hey, Mello. No.
You did it, buddy. Your cousin you hated, you killed him.
Oh no.
No, but you yeah, it sinks down to Neve, and it would crawl over here like nothing happened. It's happy it vanquished that bastard. And it's telling you to hop back on its back so it can take you where you have to go.
Phoenix is going to yell at Jenkins, "Get that!" And she's pointing at the Shadow Soul Stone. Unless anybody stops him, Phoenix kind of wants it.
I will.
No, Jenkins, stand down.
Give me that.
You're going to have to arm wrestle him.
Yeah, okay.
Athletics.
I'm probably going to lose. Let's go. Athletics. Ooh, barely.
Damn!
Oh.
Give it.
Jenkins!
You're going to drop it or something, okay?
I was going to have him give it to me. I don't drop things.
Here. And he tosses it to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. She's kind of expecting to have to fight you.
Now that Jenkins managed to take the Shadow Gem from... I'm not an Emirate managed to take the Shadow Gem from Jenkins, the campaign is complete.
Yeah! Just eats it and powers up.
Who else is going to ride the Mellow?
Oh,
Is it
Phoenix
the usual
for sure.
people? Who was it last time? Phoenix
And Jenkins.
Jenkins. He takes you over here to this area, with the rest of you will be somewhat nearby. And then he shows you a well. And he would say to Judith, "How long can you understand?" I know Sora can also understand.
For an hour, so it was hasn't been that long, right?
No, only like 10 minutes. It tells you to swim up through this wave here. That it'll take you. It'll be difficult, but he's getting you through the bulk of it. Now it's more like a kind of a small climb. And up top, he tells you, Sanguine, bad. Wait.
Got an evil sanguine.
You guys ask him anything or anything else? Otherwise, he just releases you into the waters as he helps you get majority of the way.
Take care of Mr. Daha for me, okay?
It's
Phoenix doesn't understand what anybody's saying, but she pats the shell and says thank you.
all right. And as you will climb up and into this, it's gonna move him real quick. Just so when you guys surface to the other side, you immediately look like you're back in the forest. Except overhead, there's a ceiling. It's almost like an artificial sun is on this. The sun is darkened like an. All around you, there is moss and leaves and tiny plants. They're covered in blood. Emrut, With Sora's passive, notice that Sora, you would notice Amrit with your passive that his blood fills his eyes completely. They are just deeply and almost glowing red. This place is entwined with a water room, but it is corrupted.
What?
Maru.
Something on my face?
Am I the only one seeing this?
What are you staring at
Phoenix.
me for?
Oh, look, since Sora's pointing it out, do we all see it?
Well, yeah. But if it's being pointed out, it's not hidden. It's just hard to spot. Only a shifting eye.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys can see it.
You feeling all right?
Yeah.
You're bleeding out of your eyes.
Vision, okay. The division.
All,
Hold up.
all I see is red.
There we go.
He like wipes his eyes. It's fine.
Everything here looks like has this reddish tint and all this.
Well, the floor is literally red. It's like the water and leaves are red.
And I reach down and touch it, and does it feel like it's like a blood?
Yeah, it feels like the trees are bleeding. Of course, it wouldn't bleed normal blood, but in this case, they are, which is both nasty and disturbing.
I'll say this. This place doesn't feel right.
Just a place we need to be then.
Place that we need to save.
So, Falcon, do I feel that same feeling as I did when we went at the very start when we first got to the cave?
Yes, and when you were standing over Judith when she...
Oh, I forgot about that.
Jenkins.
Zip it.
I take a cool photo here.
Try not to wander off too far. Don't know where the hell they are.
Had to get a better angle, that's all. But you got it.
So what's the byline for this one, Judith?
Bathed in blood, our heroes came out clean.
That's good. Pretty
That
soon
is.
you're gonna be wearing black eyeliner.
That's not my style.
Hopefully that's what happens.
See a massive well, water, wine, or crimson red. But it feels and smells strange in here. The corruption, daring all to touch them. It's almost intoxicating.
Sora, remembering where she was with Suru and how she looked into the well there, she bites her lip and then will speak out. This could be the well of the soul of the creature we're looking for. Don't touch, but if we look, we may see the answer to our questions.
Interesting. As he just like kneels next to the water and just looks in.
You all look in, but Amrit, you're the first to hear as the blood starts to swell, lift up and around you. It begins to rain blood down, splattering and specking all over your clothes. Soft rain of literal blood.
Is that affecting everybody or specifically Amrit?
Well, the initial rise was for Amrit, but the blood downpour is falling on everyone.
Ah, I see.
Ugh.
Look.
It's like the lands itself are bleeding.
Have I heard of any phenomenon related to this?
Yes,
Essentially?
you've seen it. So, from where you came from, they did experiments. We've already clarified that. This looks like the blood vials your people use in those experiments. Same crimson glimmer, that same smell, that same feeling. There's two things that immediately would come to mind. Is this the source of where they pumped you with? Or are they the ones who made whatever happened to this creature? But we're quick to blame the Malder. Maybe this is an artificial Malder.
Amber will like reach in like into his shirt and he'll pull out like a necklace, and connected to that necklace is like a small, tiny little vial. Just weird. It's like it's similar to that. It's like a dark red inside of it.
When you look at it, it starts to shake in the glass, and it's like trying to escape. It was like a symbiote or something. Exactly. It's necessarily whatever that source is, just like water is the living substance. It seems to be trying to get back into the well completely.
Emmerich, what is that? What are you doing?
It's the source.
What?
That's kind of funny.
We shouldn't be here.
Well, it was our mission to be here. We actually are supposed to be here.
But whatever's here needs to die as quick as possible. We have to find it.
How do we call it out?
He'll reach his hand into the liquid.
How'd you do that? While Judith says, how about we call it out? The moment you touch it, who are you?
Does it say this in common?
It does, but it's in your mind. The language that's important is telepathy.
Ooh.
But right now, only it's registering to Emrat, and it is after he physically touched the well of blood.
In his head, he'll think like to try to speak back to it, whatever it is, telepathically. He'll say, I am Amrit of the Night Chapter.
Yeah. Mine. Shh. Lifts up. It's got a pinkish shoe covered in the blood spilling upon it. Its eyes glowing. And it says to you, "Yeah, hate me." Sinister Sanguine attacks. Roll initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That last part, down with the people who made me, was very much vocalized to all of them.
Okay.
The
Goddamn,
rest
Lou's
is-
rolling good on initiative.
It's mine. So, Judith, you see it rise and it looks threatening. Emmerich, you'd imagine this is the type of creature that gets legendaries. So it's primed to attack him at the end of your turn. You do.
I see all that, and I have my notebook with my quill in my hand, and as soon as it pops up, I'm like, wow, that is incredible. Okay. Then
I love it.
then I move. I'm like, okay. 5, 10, 15 back here, so I still have a good view of things. And bonus action, I will have said, Emmerich, I don't know what happened, but I think you might have pissed off the snake, the blood snake. Finish it quick. Well, that's my bardic inspiration for you.
Like,
And that is EOT.
Before you go, Lewis, you see the rain is picking up. Now it is a medium downfall. You think if it gets heavy, it'll become a big issue. And as the medium downfall begins, you see that it literally teleports in a fit of blood, spills out as it appears next to Amrut. It takes an attack. Its first legendary. The bite attack easily wrapping and stabbing at Amrut for 11 piercing and 10 cold. Brought down to 5 cold because you're resistant. Lewis, you've got to do something. What is it?
Amrut gets his blade, draws his blade really fast, and just goes for a quick slash as it starts to heat up orange from the residual effect of steam release. Set that back to normal. Slash. Oh fuck.
Cut into the body, but you realize that a portion of it is made of blood. You just go right through it.
Okay. I'm guessing that whatever is inside of Lewis would register that this thing isn't a normal creature, so I'm gonna start rolling wisdom. I would say that's enough to handle it. Anything lower than a 12 is when it activates.
Before you go, the sinister sanguine must make your people suffer. And if these people have came with you, surely they're from the same organization. It goes after everyone's favorite bard. Teleports and attacks with its second legendary.
No!
Yes! Then the suit it tries to bite her. 17 for Judith.
Yes.
Biting you for 12 piercing, 9 cold.
Oh,
12
God.
piercing, 9 cold.
9 cold.
12. 9. Holy shit. I guess there's only one way. Can I use my reaction?
Certainly.
Even if it takes me to 0? Like that second.
It depends on what the reaction is.
I'm gonna use my light boon.
Yes, certainly. Now you can teleport and take half instead. Or, well, whatever it reduces. Does it reduce or heal?
I can't remember.
Reduces damage.
Yeah, so it reduces, so that's why you can use it. So it means that this procs before it's resolved. The damage is resolved.
I will. I do it. I'm like looking at, I have like my notebook, like I'm taking a photo, and then this fucking dragon tries to hit me. Surrounded in light as I teleport. 5, 10, 5, 10, 15 over here. And so equal to twice my level, so I gain back 6 HP.
Yeah, you stay at 6.
And I'm like covered in the blood from the sanguine, but I'm also like covered in sweat as well. Like, oh, what happened? What happened? Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Alright, that's my turn. Oh, that's my reaction.
Yeah, Amber, now it's actually your turn. It's funny because I was like, whose turn is it? It's yours.
I will teleport to him and attack in front of to get in front of
Both of you are
Lion.
teleporting. They really are the same room.
Yeah. Shit. And I attack. Ooh.
Go to attack it, but it evades you and it says, "You did this to me. Oh, you."
I'm the one you want. They're not a part of this.
Can I clarify real quick? Is Amrit saying that out loud or in the head?
He's saying it out loud.
And in a language we would understand?
Yeah, because he doesn't know if it speaks deep speech or not. He just yells it out.
All right,
But-
thanks.
But Falcon, when this thing responds back, is it out loud?
Yes, right now it's out loud. Once it finds out he's a part of the order, it's declaring war against you guys, essentially. It's talking.
Got it.
He's saying, "Oh yeah."
And I have to focus on Amber. You can do your offhand. Like, oh wait, no, you use your bonus action.
Yeah. I cannot. Let's see. But yeah, that's it.
Vata is going to run into the fight. He tells you, "You gotta take it slow." And he is going to Thunderbird dance around that move. As he does, the creature needs to make a con save. He appears behind him. He's spinning back on Titan style with his blades coming down with 2 strikes. This is only a bonus action for his advanced through. Let's rate this con save on the bad guy first, though. One could argue he's not really a bad guy, he's a victim, but he is trying to cheat. So, 18 damage onto him. He takes 9. As he takes 9, Vata, with full focus, goes in for his attack, using his once a day, jumping again. This guy's super nimble to the other side of him and slashing twice. There, my friend.
He's not my friend. It's just me.
I don't know. For 22 damage onto the target. Oh, hold on. Creature yells in pain. And Vata using 1/3 of his kit. Well, maybe a little more since the guy falls from. Sora, you're up, except the creature, after receiving so much pain, teleports back to Lewis and attacks with its final legendary. To make matters worse, it's also next.
Oh,
The bite attack luckily misses you, Lewis, as I roll a 10. Sora, you're up.
Lifts his shield and just tries to block up with everything he can.
Sora is going to try and come to Lewis's defense. As she runs up, she shouts at Aquin, "Great elemental spirit, quell your fury. We are here to help you."
Says to you, "Good. You are helping me. Your presence means I can exact my revenge."
Alright, then we have to play this the rough way. I'm sorry. She will take 1 swing with her staff as her main action.
What is the 16 hit this thing? Let me check. Yeah, you discover its exact armor classes.
She
Nice.
whacks her staff against its hide before bludgeoning. And with her bonus action, she will mimic Vada. When her staff smacks against the creature, she lights up with electricity. She will use her bonus action to Thunder Leap away from the creature by 15 feet. And we'll give you a con save.
He does make it.
Okay, nothing on success, so there's main action, bonus action, and then all my movement. Yes.
So you must like being around Vada. He pretty much has like the upgraded version, so it's what you can look forward to as an advanced rune user of Thunderleap.
Essentially.
So as you jump away and get to safety, the creature just prowls up again. All of you, everyone, everything. It takes an attack against Lewis. But it does so after teleporting back to the center of the pool, and it musters up the blood, forming a fine spear, and it launches the spear at you. It goes to fly at you. As the spear jumps through the air, it luckily a 13 misses you, clashing on the ground behind you and exploding this pillar for 17 necrotic damage.
Oh.
As it misses you, it then uses its movements. It's only teleported to assault Vada, who it perceives as one of the largest threats due to how much it hurt him. You'll die. Then he looks at Amrut. You next. Takes a tail swipe, Vada, but Vada just does a back foot, dodging it, landing on his feet, saying, "They are mine to protect." Phoenix, take a turn.
This thing is all over the frickin' place. Jenkins would not be able to keep up with it. So Phoenix tells Jenkins, go help Judy. And Phoenix will attempt to hit the thing with her crossbow. Does 18 hit?
Yep, it's 69.
A whole whopping 5 damage. Jenkins is going to have to use his action to dash, though, because the pool's probably too deep for him to go through.
So yeah, swimming is difficult.
Yeah, so he will use his entire move to come over here to Judith. Do exactly what we don't know, because that is all he can do, EUT.
With that risk opportunity.
Which path did he take?
Oh, yeah, he did go.
Could he make it dashing by taking some difficult, like, over here? But he would need to, that's alone is 30 feet, this little stretch of water he goes.
He has 80, and I believe he was right there.
To be measured out, this is 55, 65, 75.
This way, it depends if it has 10 feet.
These two are different. These two are different. So if you go that way, how much is it?
It was 70, but
you would actually
adds
fall
the
short.
difficulty.
Yeah, you would fall short. You would end here because this is where you would hit 80.
That's alright, that gets
Cool.
him close enough. He can reach her on the next turn, which he wasn't going to be able to do anything this turn anyway.
Okay.
So, because he had to dash for his action. So,
The sinister sanguine immediately looks at you. Teleports with its first legendary to you. Your attack sunk into it, injuring it. It just opens its mouth. But you evade it, rolling out of the way of some other contraction that you could think of. Judith, floor is yours.
Man, I'm realizing okay. I'm going to use a bonus action to drink the potion that Amrit made us. The Rune Warrior potions, it's 2d4 plus 2, or?
It was plus 4.
Cool, 5, so that's plus 9. Here we go. Let's see, it's 15. Okay, so that's a bonus action. As my action... I'm going to... Man, this thing seems so hectic. So I'm just going to do what I can and move a bit. Move back a little bit. To here. And let loose a firebolt. Come on, Far Inferno! Mother.
It goes, but as you hit the creature, you see its body. The problem is, even though it's large, you can see it's like really thin. So like easily rotates its body in a way where you go right through the center like it's a hoop.
Judith just laughs to herself and the joy that her god must be having right now. And that'll be it.
Before you go, Lewis, you already know what it is. It looks at Phoenix. Kind of dances around her, but teleports away, luckily. Appearing behind its two prime targets, who perceives it the greatest threat, and the fact that Amrit declared itself its greatest foe. And takes a bite at Bata, 22 connecting, 4, 13 piercing, 7 cold. And as Bata gets about halfway, his shoulders bleeding as it chomps out onto it. Looks at all of you. Ooh, shit.
Lewis, hearing it say fight specifically, just grits his teeth. As you wish. Rushes up to it, and with the swinging slash goes for it, the blade heating up once more. As he is going to use Master's Guidance to apply 1 extra point to it. Oh wait, its AC is 16, right?
Yeah, 2 points.
Never mind, 2 points. Getting
Points
into
coming in
exactly its
clutch.
AC. As he rushes forward, his foot just plants directly into the ground as his mind flashes back to a footing position that an old friend of his used to do before he flashes back to reality and follows through on the swing. And an additional 3 damage from Steam Release that I forgot to add. Fire damage if it matters, but pierces. And as he swings forward, recalling that memory, a voice echoes in the back of his head. You really believe that you can do this on your own? As his Shadow Friend activates, going into offense. A pitiful fool such as you wouldn't be able to maintain this form without me. And goes for a swing. As it freaking crits. Your
Whatever
lord.
it is, he wasn't lying.
Yeah. Add an additional +3 to that.
Yeah, but not the dueling, right?
is 10 plus 11 plus 3.
It's
24 necrotic. And
Okay.
as that is above the cap for Shadow Friend, the what seems to come off of Lewis's arm is almost like a large collection of tendrils that form into a giant maw as it clamps down on the form before retracting back into his arm again.
Oh, I didn't think about that interaction with crits. Yeah, so as soon as it appears, it's also finished. But it
Yep,
did a good
the moment
job.
it deals over 15.
It did a good job, though. So it clamps down this massive shadow, and the creature looks, and as it gets bitten, it looks down to you. You're the worst of them all! Its final attack onto Lewis. 25, striking Lewis. Luckily, it rolled low. Maybe it hit that one piece of armor you keep on your shoulder, because it does 8 piercing and 1 cold damage. Hammered, you're up.
Okay, so 9.
Yeah.
Using a reaction to Steam Release.
You got all the room. Hammered, you're up.
Alrighty. Okay. I'm gonna attack. We'll swing with the scimitar. Okay.
That hits.
Then with the dagger.
Dodges that one. So he's focused on Lewis. When he stabbed him the first time, he looks at you and quickly shifts his body to dodge.
It's me you want. They're not a part of this. I have no allegiance to them anymore. We can help you. You can help us. But only if you stand down.
Looking around, left, right, up and down. He's surrounded. Prime to attack. Like a dog cornered. Out there says, take no pleasure in what's about to happen. Going to slice him 2 times at advantage because of Pat Tat. He just does like a dance, cutting into his body viciously. You're good to go, Sora.
With this thing injured as it is and probably fatigued at this point, is there a way for Sora to like see if there's anywhere along the body that looks like a source of darkness, or is it just an overall dark creature?
While it's this injured, you could see its entire body's pulsing with like the whole thing is one large vein. You can see like as the light fluctuates and it just dozens of veins running from the tail to its head. In the middle of its body is a heart.
Okay. Sora only has things that seem to damage it, but I'm wondering, would you allow Sora to run up and try and place her hands on that heart and use of her brilliant beam to try and, I don't know, force darkness away?
Sure, I mean, it would be an athletics check to touch it.
Okay.
But if you do that, then we can try to use this unique interaction with your beam.
I will use my inspiration. Athletics.
You manage to grasp onto its heart in the center of its body.
And then main action, just use the light energy, not to hurt, but to like heal, to force out the dark.
All right, as you pump its body with the light, will be a damaging portion, but trying to like cleanse the creature. I'll have it do a con save. It gets 21. You think that it works, but he's so blinded by the hatred, he's resisting it. I think there's a chance to save this creature. But you also think you don't deal with it soon, it may take one of your lives. So you've been a bit of a dilemma here. The option to cleanse it, which you might not be able. And because you use it in this unique way, I will let you continue to use the brilliant beam while it's not used for an attack. No longer be able to be used as it.
Okay. To everyone, they see Sora reach out, and her hands are something against the beast. She plants her feet down and concentrates as she shouts, "I'm going to give you your life back." And with her bonus action, she will go into patient defense and plant her feet down and bear what happens next.
First thing that happens next. Rain gets heavy. As the rain gets heavy, you guys can feel that it's now like a searing rain. It's burning you guys a little bit. Creature just screeches. It teleports back into the center and sends a beam to this time from the lock, since it has the rain up, blasting 2 beams at random targets. So I'm gonna roll for literally all of you. The first one, you top, down, left, right, would be against Judith, but it's a natural 1, it misses her. And then the second one is poor Jenkins. Does a 15 hit Jenkins?
That is his armor class.
Then you take 12 necrotic. Avoiding the majority because it's on its last limbs, it flies towards Phoenix. You die!
When it comes close to me, I'd like to use my reaction puppetry.
Oh, nice. Go for it. Shadows come out, snaring its body, attempting to force it away.
Strength save, though.
And it just breaks through the threads. Comes up with its jaws. But some of the threads held it back. As it gets a natural 1, it bites through a bundle that you place in front of you tactically. It's immediately eviscerating the bundle of threads, but preserving your life for just that little bit longer. Phoenix, at the top of your turn, a Constitution saving throw as the rain begins to burn you.
God damn it!
You take 6 damage. And it is fire damage if it matters, as it is searing hot rain. You can see the creature's on its last limbs. Any respectable blow will kill this creature. I don't know if you've coordinated with Sora to attempt to save it instead. What do you do, Phoenix?
She was gonna, but this thing came after her, so she is going to take the chance of an opportunity attack and back out of melee.
13 misses you. Oh wait, no, 13 is your armor class.
That's my armor class.
For 14 piercing. But for you, and probably the worst situation, 4 cold.
God damn it!
Just enough to
That
down.
exact HP thing. So she pulled out her crossbow and took aim at it and went to take a couple steps back, but as she did, she gets hit and tripped up and ends up falling on her back for exact damage done. Jenkins is not in any shape to help himself or help Phoenix. Whoops, I typed an 18. That's supposed to be minus. But he will do his repair on himself. Freaking D20, I hate you right now.
Aww.
But he is going to run her direction anyway because that's what a good automaton does.
Where you go, Judith, the creature takes its first of its legendaries and teleport back to Sora. Save me! You damned me! But you definitely dodge with an 11 crit. Its face crashes into the ground. Feel the blood pouring up his body, the hatred of this once sacred and divine creature. But who will answer for its sins? We don't know. Judith, take your turn.
All right. Judith is going to try to get underneath the tree a little bit. 5, 10, 15. So there's less rain here, maybe. And she's going to pull out her notebook and write the creature sanguine was full of rage and true horrors that were done to it. Hopefully soon it will be able to get some rest. And I will cast Sleep at 2nd level.
Okay. But I do need a con save from you and Jenkins. You guys are also getting hit by the same rain. For both of you, it's 6 damage. By the way, it's always going to be 6 or 3, so it's not a matter of rolling rain. If you succeed, it's 3. If you don't, it's 6. Okay, and you try to put it to sleep. And let me see the description just in case it exempts any type of creatures.
Okay.
I don't think it does, but I want to make sure.
Undead and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by this spell.
Okay, let's see if it's either of those. It's not undead, luckily. We know the last freaking guy was. It's not immune to being charmed. But aggressively shoots towards Sora. And as it does, describe how your sleep spell looks because it collides with its body, knocking it out.
As soon as I get done writing it onto the page, I move the page down so I can get a good view. And it just looks like it's just a calming energy kind of goes down from the head all the way down to the tail as it gently goes to sleep. Puts its head down and just exhales deeply.
Sora will then, at that point, yell out to Jude. I think I can help it, but light is not my dominant rune. I need your help.
You're asking the wrong person.
I can't do this without you.
I think I moved 10 or maybe 15 feet, so I will 5, 10, 15 over here. That's all I can do. I'm like, well, he's asleep until we can figure something out.
If someone go gets Phoenix, I will focus on trying to clear of whatever is ailing him.
Where you go, Louis, the creature stirs its body, but it's still sleeping. But You see the rain is like pouring down and burning. You need a con save.
Okay. Steam release is going. 13?
Exactly what you need.
Oh
13.
thank God for steam release.
You take 3 fire instead of 6 fire.
And does it pierce through fire resist?
It doesn't, no. So you take 1 fire.
Nice. Lewis, seeing what Sora is trying to do, just looks to her. You really think you can purify this thing?
Won't know until I try.
For a moment, his eyes seem a little bit skeptical, but then he flashes back to back in the classroom when his arm went berserk and Sora was able to calm him. And he flashes back to reality again and just nods. All right.
Put your hand on me.
Let's better make good use of it. As he just places a hand on her shoulder and tries to channel as much of his fire rune as possible.
You feel Lewis's body heat up. His energy pours into you, powering you a little bit.
Automatically gonna be using up my the last use of my steam release and my fire rune heal to pour into Sora.
Okay. So when a creature makes a save, I'm going to give it -2 on the save for one for each of those uses. It's proficient in that con save, so you're beating down a 7. So it's still tough for you to succeed, but maybe your allies can chip in further.
Let's hope. And he just grits his teeth as the flames help revigorate him a little bit. Bonus action, second wind. It's better than nothing. Best of luck, Sora.
Con save. Emrit. Take 3 damage. Fire.
Alrighty. Amber will run to Phoenix.
I want to say Jenkins trips you, but that would be rude.
Jesus.
And as he gets like halfway there, he will actually reach out to Phoenix, and he will use his celestial ability. Let's see.
What?
So he will use his blood maledict feature to heal her for let's see. My hemocrap die is a bit of D4. Let me see here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a D4 plus the modifier, which is 2.
Cool.
So 4 HP for you. It's like the blood that's seeping, the actual blood from your wounds, essentially just starts to like seep back into the wound and starts to close. Like whatever was like the one that really like what's really damaging you there, like the worst one starts to kind of close.
I'm gonna say it's hard to tell though, because we're all covered in blood that's raining down.
Oh yeah, no one sees. That's why I'm doing it.
Darn.
So yeah, so that's it. Then he'll just wait, because maybe he doesn't want to kill this thing necessarily. So he'll just sit there. Hopefully he doesn't die in the next few rounds from the rain. But he'll put his faith in Sora.
Con save. Take 6 damage. Right. He does not use this. He expends the use of it to provide channel energy into you, putting another -2 in it since it's such a powerful rune. So with Lewis's double runes and his 1 rune, the creature has a collective -4 to its con save at the moment, as he focuses his energy into you, sir.
Alright. Sora wraps her fingers around the heart and she gets up on her toes in this crouched position as she summons as much energy she can within herself. She will as the passive of the light rune, instead of a halo, since it's not her dominant rune, it's more just her hair begins to glow and pulsate as she'll expend the use of her Thunder Leap as well to fuel her wind side, so you also see electricity flaring all around her as she will pump forth all of that energy she has amalgamated inside of her into the creature. Be with us now!
Now I'll make my save at -5. It has a 7, so let's see. Actually, it's a 6. That's. Whoa, nice. So from a 13, -5, we put it down to an 8. See the creatures wakes up. Light begins filling its body. The visual for you is Aang taking out the Fire Lord. The light wraps over it as the red fights back. And eventually the blue would happen. A miraculous explosion erupts. Spilling from its mouth blood. The entire realm begins to spin. A tornado forms. This red ichor and Amrit's vial goes crazy, shooting off into it. And as it collects the final portions of what was taken from its sacred lands, it spills off to the roof, ripping the roof of the cave, exposing it back into the forest. And as the birds chirp and screech, they go from cries of fears to cries of sanctuary as the creature is saved. And once again, himself. The realm free of that nasty blood. The creature also equally changed.
Wow.
Oh, I need to lie down for a second.
Great,
Good job, kid.
Great job, everybody.
Good job, everybody. Sanguine looks, what have I done? Have I hurt you? The rain is still falling, but now you're healing 5 hit points every 6 seconds. So all of you are being rejuvenated, and you see him dancing to the center of the wave in order to keep healing you. He's doing his best to heal each of you, but it's a light downpour, not heavy. So each of you, at about after a minute, would get back to 4 hit points, as it does some type of water dance.
Phoenix just stays laying on the ground, though. Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah. Thankfully that thing stopped raining down hell.
Alright. Good. Sorry.
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Sanguine sits on top of the waters. I'm sorry to hurt you. I was changed. Corruption spewed. Not by Malders, someone with aims to create them. My memories of the process escape me, only belonging to the hatred, my most sinister side. Who are you, people who saved me?
Nana Lee, I am Sora from the Turtle Islands. It is great to make your acquaintance. I've always wanted to meet something like you.
We're students of Zion's Hope. If that means anything.
Ah, Zion's Hope. Yes, that means something indeed. You are the protectors of tomorrow today. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for saving me. I could see the moments where you could have taken my life. Ever briefly through the hate. You've chosen better. Speaks volumes when something is trying to kill you.
Your friend Mello would be very sad if you went away. I could not break that turtle's heart.
Hello, yes. The people that changed me, changed Mellow's father. They're creating Malthus. But what makes matters worse, that they're hard to detect.
How long ago was this?
I cannot say with precision, but at least a few weeks or maybe months. They came for him first, but back then that was none the wiser. Then they returned for me.
Is there
Quick-
anything that they might have that would have been like a symbol or something that would have helped to describe what they look like or what they were wearing?
I can't remember what it was that triggered full wrath of my sinister side. But unfortunately, if you're not aware, it has something to do. Your people, he turns his head to Emrat, I carry no hate for them. They must be stopped.
They will.
You are a practitioner of the water rune, blessed with its boon, no doubt.
Yes, but it's defiled. Just like this place was.
I've all to offer and none to give, save for the one thing that combines us. The world of Elder Earth. He comes close to you. I see you've the ability to teleport, much like the waves of the water, and move. But I have something else to offer you, should you choose to take that instead. An offensive measure, sure to strike your enemies down.
Oh shit.
So, if this is your first time in Elder Earth or new to it, you could change runes every now and then, forfeiting the one you know for a different one. Of course, levels 1 through 4 are limited to basic before they can get to advanced. If you are happy with your ability to get that teleport off, you can keep that. If you like this one more, you take it with the +1 bonus that you have for an extra teleport translated to an extra blast. It's a pretty powerful technique. Perhaps you prefer the mobility. Sanguine looks at you expectantly. You need not take this, but should you, I am more than willing to teach you this technique.
He kind of looks at I'm guessing just like a stone that he's showing them, as far as like what Amrit sees.
You would see his body glows in this with the symbol. Let me pop this back up. The symbol on the stone would just run throughout his body. It's also possible to find a physical stone with a feature similar to that. So we have the stone artwork there. But as for the creature, he's transferring the innate abilities provided to him by the world to you.
Thank you. But I can't take it. I want them to see what they've done. To fall by it. To suffer and die by it.
We hear that bit of the conversation?
He's standing right there.
Yeah, they're talking right there.
Ramman, what do you mean? Why must you suffer? Why must you think you must be left behind?
Because I'm part of it.
Part of what?
It's literally within me.
And are you going to let it do what Sanguine almost did?
If that's what it takes.
Well,
To burn it all down.
I was talking about murdering, us.
What?
Does it drive you to want to kill us?
No.
then it is not part of you. You decide your fate. What is inside is a balance everyone has in one shape or another. I would say you are worthy of that rune if you wish to take it. You are my dear friend, and I will never step down when you talk about yourself like that. But it is your choice.
He'll look down at the vial in his hand. And he'll like rip the chain like necklace off of his neck and stuff in his pocket. I'm willing. And he'll step into the water.
This is most. As you step and swim in the wave, Sanguine comes to you, dances, wrapping his long body around you, though not constricting you, just like a dance. He's a few inches away from you, and his body glows. The energy pours into you as you become a practitioner of the rhyme spear. And as the power envelops you, the rain blesses each of you further. Digging deep into the secret powers, all of you will slowly unlock, taking you to the next level, quite literally, as you all level up.
What?
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Welcome to level 4. Sanguine looks at you in your eyes, Amaret, and says, "You are a friend of mine. This place, your home. All of you are safe to rest here before you trek back Zion's hope. But do me a favor, just in case I fail to defend my land again. Take Mello with you. Keep him in your quarters. There you can more assuredly guarantee the turtle's safety."
Would he be comfortable in a manor?
Imagine there's some water nearby at the very least.
And don't worry, Phoenix. It takes a while for them to grow, really big.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, like a whole village on his back.
By then,
Soc-
he'd be ready for the wild sea.
His Sakura will probably enjoy him.
There are some beautiful rivers and lakes in the area too that we can always just go, take them out to visit as well.
Ooh, can you stay with me?
For
Sounds
like
with me.
a couple months till he gets too big.
We'll find out.
So Sanguine looks at each of you and goes, "Rest. Embrace nature." She looks up, sun shining. This place returns to the forest. As each of you, no doubt, will engage in certain activities. Let's get a closeout from each of you as we end our session. Last thing you do or think, start in the order presented in Roll20 for me. Phoenix, your last moment of the session. Are you doing or thinking or both?
Well, she feels much better now, thankfully, and thanks to Sanguine, this healing rain and whatnot. But she does not like camping. She doesn't care for nature. So she's going to distract herself by working on Jenkins some upgrades, whatever upgrades she gets for this level. And she's just really thinking on everything that's been seen and done this last day. With Jenkins, what she knows through Jenkins about Amaret, but this whole thing that happened here between him and Sanguine, she's just contemplating all of it, but she doesn't really talk when she's doing that. She's an internal processor, so she's just working on Jenkins while they're at a safe place.
Beautiful. Jenkins says it to you real subtle, but when he looks at Amber and he says Jenkins again, it feels a little different. Next in the order of roll 20, Amrod, your final moments or thoughts of this.
You would just basically sit on the grass and just not relax, but just kind of rest there with everyone else doing what they're doing around him. And then he'll go to Judas eventually. And he'll just say, I think it's about time I told you.
I'm glad. But hopefully we can help in some way. Here, have a seat. We're sitting by the fire here. It's beautiful.
Sure. I want to tell everyone, though.
Yeah. Everyone! Amrit's gonna tell us something very important.
When you're available, do whatever you have to do.
They're available. They're not doing much. We can all do it all together.
Sure. And we'll probably do that next week. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Sanguine engages you for his last moment of the session. He dives into the waters. Won't see me, but I'll be watching. Need to rest. My body still aches from that battle. I'm happy that this all happened. You feel him watching over you, but he's most rested with his body fully submerged. Lewis, final moments or thoughts of this?
Lewis, with his feet just kind of resting inside the water for the time being, just exhausted after all that happened, just lays back on the stone ground and just stares up at the roof. And his eyes just slowly trail towards Sora for a brief moment, expecting for some voice in the back of his head to say something. Some snide comment like he always expected every single time that he started trusting somebody. But for the first time in so many years, that voice doesn't say anything, having fully exhausted itself from the combat. I mean, he just stares right back up to the sky again. There's a brief smile, but realizing that he did have to rely on the memory of somebody that he would rather not remember, his grin isn't as wide as he'd want it to, as he just closes his eyes and relaxes for the first time in quite a while.
Thank you. Judith, you spilled into Amit a little bit, but it could be your last thought or something else you'd like to.
Sure. Before Amrit came over, I would have kind of went over here somewhere and started making like a little fire to stay warm and think, this is what they meant by camping is amazing. And then I'll just kind of think back to the battle and how things happened and how I'm okay now and how Sora was asking me to help with this light thing and didn't want to. But that's fine. And I'll just kind of just ponder on that while I'm staring into the flames. And yeah.
I put down a little fire in front of you.
Thanks, bro.
While you're staring into the flames, you've one last person to touch on the next. So, your final moments or thoughts, we close out.
The hole that was blasted out of the cave from the blood, is the moon out?
When you look up to the sky, the sun is still setting, but it's still out. Moon's not here
She-
yet, but for sure it'll come when it does.
She can't help but smirk, and then would thrust her fist into the air in that direction. I may not be born a warrior, but I am worthy. And I will chase out that darkness in you too, Tonto. Just give me time. You won't be alone for too long. And then she'd just sit down and just stare up into the sky, waiting for the moon to come out, before she just kneel her head and go into a meditative sleep.
Thank you all for playing on Elder Earth today. But as the sun does set and so as the moon does rise, all of us get to rest, and tomorrow we're just a bit stronger. Thank you all for participating today. Officially closes out our session. With that, goodbye.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory is in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war.